is absolutely the potential worst-case scenario developing for Oklahoma City.
May 3rd, 1999, Bridge Creek, Moore, Oklahoma. The overall atmosphere on this day was already showing such signs of how unstable and historically destructive that this day would eventually turn into. And the wind shear just being so strong, it caused these storms to basically just wrap up and rotate extremely fast and at a very powerful rate at that. Leading to the formation at 6:23 p.m., the tornado touched down in Amber, Oklahoma. Almost in no time, the storm became just a monster. This absolute beast of a tornado wasted no time showing its destruction and terror. Within 20 minutes of first touching down, it already turned into a violent wedge-shaped tornado, in turn reaching F5 intensity as it reached Bridge Creek. I think what makes this tornado so terrifying and chaotic is the fact of how intense it was at its peak strength. The NWS would eventually estimate this tornado's winds to reach speeds about 301 miles per hour based on the Dow, or Doppler on wheels, measurements. Till this day, these are some of the highest ever recorded winds within a tornado. The tornado tore through Bridge Creek essentially like a buzzsaw, leveling homes, stripping the pavement leading to ground scouring, tossing cars half a mile or more away from their home. It's almost as if it couldn't be just called any tornado. It was just completely catastrophic.
We're just about an eighth of a mile east of Amber, and over my shoulder now the tornado coming to the ground again. And what you're looking at there is a violent, rapidly rotating tornado, estimated width there about an eighth to maybe a quarter of a mile wide. And again, winds in there approaching 200 miles an hour. Where we are, we have winds flowing into the tornado right now at about 70 to 80 miles an hour. But again, here it is. It's getting bigger. Over my shoulder, we're going to a quarter to a half mile wide tornado now on the ground, south and east of Amber here, about a mile and a half. A very, very large maxi tornado on the ground. Well, at this point, we keep chasing north and east. We pass through the city of Amber and looking south here, the tornado now getting better and better organized. And from here, when it goes on the ground, from this point on, this is where it takes its deadly course right towards the metro. Aim this. Oh my gosh! Roll! 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 This is not good! Roll!
Folks, you need to know that this is a large tornado, potentially up to 1 mile in diameter, and it has produced very significant damage in Chickasha. It is now headed into the Southwest Metro. We cannot express to you enough how important it is right now that you think about where you need to go to be very safe, to protect your life, your families, and your loved ones' lives as this moves into Southwest Oklahoma City. This is absolutely the potential worst-case scenario developing for Oklahoma City.
The tornado was on the ground for an hour and 25 minutes, lifting eventually at 7:48 p.m. It had carved an astonishing 36-mile-long path of devastation and destruction in its wake. This tornado unfortunately would claim the lives of 36 people and leaving 600 more injured. The medical examiner even reported that a lot of the victims showed signs of just being thrown very far away from where they were first picked up by the tornado, which is extremely daunting to think about. Another thing that made this specific tornado so different, storm chasers and live TV crews following and broadcasting the storm in real time. One of Oklahoma's most legendary meteorologists, Gary England, was one of those to be broadcasting live, warning everybody, and I think if it wasn't for him, a lot of residents wouldn't have taken it as seriously as they did. There was even memorable footage that came from storm chaser Reed Timmer.
It's gonna hit us! It's coming right out. I know! That's an F5! Hold it, it's gonna hit us. Look at the debris. Wow. Look at the debris. See that debris flying over there? I got it.
This tornado didn't just destroy communities. It changed how storms would be studied in the future. A major factor in these studies would be the creation of the Enhanced Fujita Scale, which would be introduced in 2007. Because of this tornado's record-breaking winds and sheer destruction, some even argued that this could have been in its own category, so to speak, EF5 plus or EF6 even. And that wraps it up for the 1999 Bridge Creek Moore F5 tornado. What I personally consider to be the, if not one of the strongest tornadoes I've ever done research on before, and I'm sure a lot of others feel the same way. If you or anybody you know has been involved with this storm, or you have any type of stories you want to talk about, please leave something in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. I just love hearing people's survivor stories. I think it's just very powerful. And yeah, that's really all I got today, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! And with that being said, let's dive in. Alright, good enough. Intro. That was the intro.